What's up guys, Alex from FIFA Scouting Tips here, and just got a quick video now on the difference between experience and judgment when it comes to scouting, because it was pointed out to me that in my last video on choosing a scout I actually neglected to talk about experience, and that's true. I talked about judgment and just forgot to talk about experience, so it's important that you know the difference between these two, so I'll run over them now for you. As I said in the last video, judgment relates to a scout's ability to find the best players. So a scout with 5-star judgment is going to be much more likely than a scout with 1-star judgment to find the very top rated players in your report. So 1-star judgment scout can find really good players, but it's just much less likely than a scout with 5-star judgment, so that is really important. And you'll find that if you see a scout with 3 stars in experience and 5 stars in judgment, and then one with 5 stars experience and 3 stars in judgment, the one with 5 stars in judgment will be more expensive because it's a more valuable thing. So what does that mean experience does? Well, experience relates to how likely a scout is to find the type of player that you're looking for. So if we hire this scout now, I'll show you what I mean. And when he arrives, you'll have the option to send him off to different countries around the world looking for players. So let's bring him up here, set up a scouting network, and we'll just tell him to go to his home country, to Spain. So when you bring up this menu, you have the player type box just here. And here you can look for different types of players of all different categories like playmaker, goalkeeper, attacker, all that kind of thing. Or you can tell him to look for any, and that will bring back players of all sorts of different types. Now, if he's got 5 stars in experience, he is going to be much more likely to find the type of player that you want him to. So if you were, for example, to look for attackers and he's got 5 stars experience, he's much less likely to come back with a load of goalkeepers and defenders on the reports. A scout with 1-star experience may well bring in a whole range of different players, and so it may take you a bit longer to find that combination of a player who is good and also in the right position that you want if you have a lower rated scout. So that can be really useful if you're looking to fill a certain hole in your team, or if you think that your team needs to improve long term in certain areas. Having 5 stars experience can be really good. But if you don't really mind what sort of players he brings back, you don't mind if he brings back attackers, goalkeepers, physically strong players, whatever, then it doesn't matter what his experience rating is. So you could see a scout with let's say 3 stars experience and 5-star judgment, and if you don't mind what type of player he brings back, that will be a much better option than shelling out all that money for a scout who is 5 stars in both, because you're not going to make use of his experience if you're just telling him to look for any type of player. So it's important that you know what the difference is between those two things, because it can affect the type of players you get back on your reports. But like I said, just bear in mind, if you're looking for any type of player, you don't mind what position they are or what player type they are, then experience is completely irrelevant. So you may as well save yourself a bit of money and buy a scout with slightly lower experience rating but still a really high judgment rating like this scout right here. So like I said before, I'm sorry I missed out experience in the last video. It did slip my mind. That's the problem with doing videos as opposed to articles on the website. With an article, if you forget something, you can just update it and there's no problem, but with a video, it's out in the wild, and so I've got to update it like this, gotta make a new video. So I hope this has been useful. I hope it explained the difference in experience and judgment pretty well, and if you have any thoughts or any ideas on what you want me to do in the videos or what you thought of this video, please do leave a comment below. Hit a like if you thought it was useful, and cheers, that'll do it for today.